Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome, welcome.
So, today our quote is every session is a chance to change a life, including my own.
Absolutely.
So, basically, we're going to be talking a little bit about how we live our lives as a coach. So, not so much of like our coaching business, but how we live to try and live a healthy, balanced lifestyle, like how we practice what we preach, essentially.
100%, yeah. How we live our lives, like how we've got to where we are now, because we didn't start here.
No, no, definitely not.
And I feel like sometimes people come to us and because they're scared, right? Because they feel like they have to be of a certain fitness or a certain, I need to have my shit in order to come to you.
Hmm.
Like, we've not always got our shit in order. And we don't, like, we've also come from a place of not having a clue. Like, I remember, like, one of the first PT sessions I ever went to, and the guy was like, oh, you need to track your calories. I was like, what the hell's a calorie? Like, I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, but why
Like,
would you? You don't learn that stuff in school, right?
no. Exactly. So I think this sh hopefully will help you. Not necessarily like you don't have to be us. Like we
No.
understand. Like everyone's lives are different, but we've put things in place to help us. So even if you just take a few pointers, or you think, oh, actually that could be a cool idea, I might take that, or I might do that. I feel like yeah, just don't necessarily do everything we do, but just
Yeah,
try and implement some things if you want to, if it works
exactly.
for you.
Even if you take one thing away and think, oh, do you know what? I'm going to give that a try, see if it works. Like, you never know. It might really improve your sleep or your stress levels or just something. It might help you. So I was just thinking as you were saying that, yeah, then, I don't know whether we've covered it before, but maybe saying a little bit of a backstory of like where we started, not obviously like hours long, but like maybe just say like, yeah, where we started, like you said, maybe when you went to your first PT session, how you felt then, and then just how you got to where you are now. Like, could we both talk a little bit about that maybe?
Absolutely, yeah. So when like at school, like I didn't really like a lot of things apart from like PE. So I had like a sporty background. I wasn't always great at everything, or maybe compared to a lot of girls because they just didn't join in anyway. But
Yeah.
we were of the era where like girls didn't bring your PE kit, so you'd be like one of like four girls actually joining in. And yeah, I used to play football, and that's literally all I did. Like I didn't really do anything else. I'd do the sports, school sports. I can't talk today. But outside of that, like, didn't really do a lot. Then as like time went on, I was like, I remember sitting once thinking, well, I think I was at college thinking, do you know what? I have no idea what to do in this gym. I went into the gym with the boys. I sat on the bike because I was like, absolutely no idea. Like, you can go and do weights, but I don't know what I'm doing. And then from that, I remember sitting there going, do you know what? One day I'm going to be fit and I'm going to go to the gym and it will all be fine. Like,
Mm.
I just remember thinking that and not realizing that I'd end up actually having my own, like, little gym and stuff like that. But I was like, someone will teach me somewhere along the road, like, what I
Hmm.
need to be doing. And my friend and I, we used to go to the gym all the time together. And she had a couple of PTs. So she'd go to PT and then she'd come to the gym with me. And then we just do what she's done in her PT session.
Love
Right. And
that.
we just repeat that stuff. Like, she was
Good
like,
place
yeah,
to
this is
start
what I
though.
do. Right. And then every now and then she might be like, oh, like, I can't make my PT session today. Do you want to go instead? So I would go instead. Like,
Yeah.
and the guy
Ah,
was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I mean, the session's paid for. Like,
yeah. Why not?
yeah. So, every now and then do that, or sometimes we do a joint one if like she wanted, like, let's do a joint one sort of thing. And then so we do all our workouts and stuff, and then eventually I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna get a PT because I feel like it could benefit me because when she wasn't coming to the gym with me, I was like, ah, like I don't really know what I'm doing.
Mm.
But I got a PT, and all he did, I was like, I want fat loss, but I want to learn how to do the weights, use the weights.
Mm.
And he's like, yeah, okay, right. Well, we need to get you fat loss first, and then we can teach you the weights. So I'm not kidding you. He just got a tablet, like, and he was like, right, this is the workout we're gonna do. He pressed play on this tablet, and I'd follow the exercises in the studio, and he'd just watch me. And I was
Interesting.
like, when I think back at that, I think, what the hell was I paying that much? I was paying 30 quid for
You could have
him to
done that
press
yourself.
play. Yes, I could have just
Just
got
to
that up on
stand there.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh. And then eventually I just ghosted him. So, because I'm really good at doing that. Mm. I was like, oh, you've gone on holiday. Okay, bye, see ya. I mean, please don't do that to me if you're my client. Like, please just let me know you're not coming. But,
It's fine. It was a long time ago. You've grown up since then.
I was young. Yeah. So I was like, that. This is not help it. This is not getting me anywhere. And then like, I think just the mix of doing that, and then I become friends with one of the PTs in the gym, and he just helped me and showed me how to do some things. And eventually, I was just like learning from. I don't even know where I was learning from. I think I downloaded apps from like some of the girls that you see on like Insta and stuff, and I just
Yeah.
followed their apps because I was like, okay, I can do that. Like, but it was scary, and like Faye was really good at being when we were together. We were quite social in the gym because it
Hmm.
was quite a small gym. So if we didn't know how to use something, we'd ask one of the guys. I mean, granted, if I went into a gym now on my own and I didn't know how to use something, I would not ask anyone. I would just go, do
Same.
you know
I
what?
just
I'm
don't
not going to
use
do
it.
that.
Same.
Just ignore that. We don't need
Yeah.
to do that today.
Or
What
maybe
can I
try
do
and move
instead?
something a little bit. If it doesn't move, I'm like, nah, next. No, not doing that.
I know it's like when we went to Spain, right? And then when we got on that calf raiser machine and I sat on it, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm riding a horse. But we were like, I was doing something wrong. Like, and that was only last year. And then it wasn't until I realized, I think you went, no, I think we need to hit this bit down. And then it come off and I was like, oh, right, okay, cool. That's how it works. Like, we still do that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
um, but yeah, but I was like worried about like starting because I was like, oh my God, are they going to kill me off? Like when I had a PT, like what's he going to do? And he actually did kill me off. Like he made me do so much hit that I hated it. Um, but it's such a big thing, isn't it? Like just starting and like not knowing and then feeling like a tit because you don't know or
Yeah.
like you just it's like a nervous laughter all the time because you don't know what you're doing when someone's
Mhm.
showing you stuff, and you've got like it's almost like you need to put up like some sort of facade, but actually it doesn't matter if you don't know. That's the whole point of like
Yeah.
an expert is they're going to teach you
Exactly. Exactly.
no
You don't
matter
need to
where
know
you are.
anything. They're going
No,
to teach you from the beginning, so
yeah.
it's fine.
Exactly. Like I said, when he was like, right, you need to like log your calories, I was like, what the hell's a calorie? How do I log that? What does that mean? Like he was like, okay, right. This is basically what it is. And I think for me, I learned how not to train people.
Mhm.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's what my journey taught me, right? How not to train people. Like
Yeah.
don't just put hit shit on
Yeah.
like if they want to do some put some at the end, do a little bit, don't do too much.
Yeah.
Like if it's something someone really doesn't like, don't
Just
make
don't
them
do
do
it.
it because they're not
Yeah,
going to come back.
definitely.
Like like and yeah, like actually go through like nothing's a silly question, right? I put in my group today like ask questions, like nothing's a silly question. Whatever you've got in your mind, just ask it. Like I'm not going to be like, oh, what the fuck have you just asked me that for? Why do you not know that? Like it just wouldn't even cross my mind.
Mm.
um but yeah, so I just think, yeah, I think that's my journey, and I just learned a lot from what not to do rather
What
than
not
what
to
to
do.
do.
Yeah, yeah, which is
How about
always
you?
beneficial. Um, so I was always quite a sporty kid ever since I was really little. Um, I was good at netball. So that's like I did that all the way through school and then I did it outside of school all the way into secondary school. I did like dancing and gymnastics and all that kind of stuff as well, but I wasn't like the best at those things. I think netball was more my what I enjoyed and like my forte. I was kind of the same as you, like I liked PE if it was netball or like gymnastics. I wasn't a massive fan of like hockey or some other things that we used to do, but yeah, is what it is. Um, didn't really know what I wanted to do when I left school, to be honest. So kind of went into like more admin stuff. Um, and then once I stopped, I got to 18, started going out, partying, drinking, eating a lot of kebabs. Probably I'd say I don't put on loads of weight, but I definitely put on weight. And I remember looking at myself in the mirror one day and I just felt so uncomfortable because all the way through school I'd always been this really tall, lanky kid that was just like really like just really like gangly and like
Gangly.
long
I
long
thought you were going to
limbs.
say dangly then.
I think I was. And then yeah, I just felt really uncomfortable. So I thought I'm gonna join a gym, and I joined with two guys who are my guy friends. So they kind of, we all did cardio. You just go in there, you go on the cross trainer, you go on the treadmill. That's kind of your like half an hour workout. Loads of core stuff. You're just like crunching and doing all the crunches, and then
Oh
you
God,
leave.
yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, 40 minutes on the cross trainer and abs.
yeah,
Cool. Boom. See
exactly.
ya.
That's it. That's all you need. Yeah. But I think because the boys are in there doing a bit of weights, I would kind of do a little bit like light weights with them as well. So I slowly started, don't get me wrong, like I wasn't doing the best form or anything, but I kind of picked up little things that I could do. Um, and then got kind of addicted to it from there. I just went to the gym, yeah, a few times a week with my friends and stuff and just loved it. Um, and then I suppose moving down to be with my now husband is where I met you,
Mm,
which is quite a cool part of the
it
story, is
actually
like
was.
how we
Yeah.
how we met. But yeah, so I wanted a PT, but I didn't really want actually like a full PT. And because you did the boxing sessions, I was like,
Mm.
"Oh, I really want to give that a try. It was like half an hour. I was like, right, I'm going to do this, and I absolutely loved it, and we got on really well. Um, and
You were such a
yeah.
quiet little bean when you first came to me, and now you don't shut up.
I know. It's funny, isn't it?
I like you just kill you for half an hour. No, not kill her. I'm joking. But you just punch for half an hour and then go, see you, bye. I'm like, bye, see ya.
I don't know. It
For
must
the
have just
first
happened
few.
over time where we just
Yeah.
ended up like getting on and chatting more.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I was a client for a while. I think until I moved, or I don't.
Well, you started doing
No,
your PT qualification, didn't you? Because I
that was
did a
it.
few PT sessions with you. I was like, oh, I'll help you.
Yes,
Like, I'm happy to help you, sort of thing. So I think we
that's it.
started talking more then because you actually
Yeah,
wanted to become a PT.
yeah,
And obviously, like where you were doing PT sessions, there was more breathing space than doing boxing for half an hour.
yes, yeah. That is right. That's right. I did that PT qualification whilst I was at work, so I just pretended I was working and did my PT.
I love it.
And then yeah, it all kind of went from there really, and then loved the PTing. First time in my life, I felt like this is what I want to do. I want to help
Mm.
people. Um, and then moved back to where I live now, and well, went online actually beforehand, and it's all just kind of gone from there. And now just in like a good routine, I suppose, with exercise and stuff, which we'll delve into of what our days look like. But I suppose that's kind of a bit of a rundown of what how we both got into what we do.
Absolutely. Yeah, I actually remember my mum when I was 18. She was like, when I didn't know what I wanted to do, she was like, why don't you become a PT? And I was like, at college, we'd gone to like one of the gyms nearby and looked around, and I was like, I can't be a PT. Like, I have no idea how to run a business, let alone do all that stuff. And I did
Mm.
my qualifications at like college for like
Yeah,
things like PT and all that. But like, yeah, I was like, no, don't be ridiculous. And then when I got to 25, I literally went, "Do you know what? I'm going to become a PT, boom, and just did like, I was like, wow, if I'd have listened to mum when I was 18, I'd have had
yeah.
like another 6 years on this. Um, but
I
yeah,
know.
but it's the buzz from the job as well. It's helping people, isn't it? It's the longest job I've honestly ever had. Like
Same.
my job's only ever lasted like a year, and I've been
Yeah,
doing this for like 6, 7 years. Like
yeah,
it's mental. Like, and it doesn't even feel like that long. So when people go, I've been in a job for 30 years, and I think, how the heck have you done that? Like I could
yeah.
never do that. I now understand because I couldn't think of doing anything else.
No, me neither. Me neither. Just nothing interests me. Like, I think we are both saying that before. You do one job, do another job, and then it was just like, yeah, just nothing ever had like gave me that fire in my belly or made me feel like I want to show up. It was always like, oh, like gotta do another day's work. Whereas obviously some days you think, "Oh, I could just lay in bed for a bit longer. But actually, when
Mm,
you think about like your why and why you're doing it, and actually it is like it's hard work, but it's so enjoyable. And the fact you get to change people's lives is so rewarding. So yeah, it's like you say, I don't know how long have I been doing it for? It's 2020, end of 2019. So yeah, just over
5 years.
5 years, 5.5 years. Yeah. So yeah, we've obviously found our calling. Well, we know we found our
Absolutely.
calling.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I sometimes think, oh, maybe I'll get another job, and they go, no, no, actually, no,
No,
I will not do that.
no,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. No.
No, none of that.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So, so how, for you personally, how do you still show up when you don't feel like it then?
I think for me, I do listen to my body. So, if I'm feeling like horrendous and I'm not feeling good and I know that working out is going to make me feel worse, then maybe I won't. But the majority of the time, it might just be those little niggles in the back of your head of like, oh, it'd be nicer just to not go, just don't do it. And I always think to myself, but how much better are you going to feel after you go? It's going to keep me, on a good track. It's going to help me to keep my muscle. It's going to help me to, just make me feel good. So I always think of that why in the back of my head of like, I always kind of think of the two options. I'm like, right, either I don't go and I'll probably feel a little bit more tired, a little bit more lethargic. It might set me out of routine. Like, and then I think of the other side of like, yeah, it's a bit of effort to go, but actually it's going to bring all these positives. So I always kind of think of the two options, and then I'm like, oh, the better option is just go do it. So
Mm.
I think it's built discipline because it's been a habit for such a long time.
Mhm.
It's it's easier for me to now fight that battle in my head and go, the better option for me is to go. And I always enjoy it when I do it. So I think it's just that consistency over time. And now I just know that it's always the better option to go do it 99% of the time.
Absolutely. Like, I'm with you. I literally have that voice in the back of my head like every day.
Yeah,
It's like
it never
it's
goes.
literally telling me all the time. It's like Sunday, I was like, right, I've scheduled in a 7 mile run, like you're gonna go. And I'm like, right, I'm gonna do that, then I'll do this, and then I'll do that, and then yeah, nah, do I really wanna go? Like, don't know if I can be bothered, blah blah. And it was kept going at me all day. And then it got to 3 o'clock and I was like, no, come on, let's go.
Hmm.
And then like I would go. And like today or yesterday, um yeah, I was supposed to do a weights workout yesterday, and I was like, no, I'll do it tomorrow. And I actually did do it today instead because I was like, no, tomorrow's a better fit for my week. But
Yeah,
constantly, I have that in that, no, you don't need to do that. You can go and do this, or you can go and do that, or you can do some work, or you can do this. And I'm like,
yeah,
no, shut up. Like, leave me alone for a minute. Give me half an hour, and then start screaming at me afterwards once I've finished.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I think as
Like,
well, like I plan my week and I plan my own workouts too. Like I have a plan. So to make it as easy as possible. So on those hard days when I'm like, oh, I can't want to think about it, I'm like, well, you don't need to think about it because it's already there. Like I already have
mhm,
the workout for today written. So there's like the least amount of excuses that I can make for myself because it's like, well, I have got this time block here. I have already like planned that workout. So there's no excuse. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like blocking that time and being like, this is my time for
Mm,
me to go and do these things.
yeah,
Because, like you say, it's having that battle. Like, yeah, like the voice never goes. You're always going to battle it. And I think people think it disappears, and it
yeah.
doesn't. The only time it disappears for me is if I'm going to play a sport because
Mm,
that's fun, right? I find
yeah,
that fun. So I don't even think about it. Whereas like pushing myself to do weights and running and stuff like that, I really have to give myself a good talking to.
mm,
But like thinking about your future self and like where we have clients, maybe it's a little bit you think of them and like where I've got some older clients, I look at them and think, I want to be like that. And the only way I'm going to be like that and walking and going up and down hills when I'm in my 70s is if I do this shit now, like rather
yeah.
than if I now pick it up when I'm like 50 and think, yes, you can still do it, don't get me wrong. But if I start now, I'm bulletproofing my body for as we get older.
Mm, definitely, definitely. Like I look at my nan and she's 85 and she goes out for like an hour or so walk every single day. She doesn't do strength training or anything, but she walks. And there's some people in their 70s that they can't walk, can barely get off the sofa and things like that. And I think I want to be like my nan. Like I want to be out there in my 80s, walking, being active. She's outside doing gardening, doing this, doing that. And I think if I continue doing all the things I'm doing now, like you say, like when you get to that age, hopefully we do, you're going to be able to continue doing those things rather than not being able to get up and, all your muscles and joints seizing up and having pains and problems and all of those things. Like, I don't want to be restricted like that. Like, that's to me sounds unbearable.
Yeah, I want to be independent. Like, obviously, if you need help, you need help when you get older. Fine, I get
Yeah.
that. But I want to be as independent as possible. And I really don't want to go in a care home unless, like, I really have to. Like, if it's like, okay, you really
Mm,
need to go now, then all right. But if I could just stay in my own house
yeah,
until that's it, like, I would be so happy about that. I'd be like, mission complete. Boom. See ya.
definitely. Definitely. I hear ya. And I think also as well is like if you really can't, I know we've said this many times, but persuade yourself to go and do the full thing, like just say, I'm going to go out and do 5 minutes. Like
I absolutely do this.
imperfect, yeah, imperfect action is always better than doing nothing at all. And most of the time, you end up doing longer. Sometimes I say I'm going to go out for a 20-minute walk and then I might go out for an hour because I'm like, I really enjoy this. I'll take this route instead. Not all the time, but say to yourself, you'll just do something small. It's always better than not doing anything at all.
Absolutely. And I think maybe sometimes people feel silly doing something small, so they just don't bother and
Mm,
actually think about where that something small can lead you rather than, oh, it's silly just doing a walk like up and down the road
mm,
because that walk up and down the road, like you said, could actually end up being like a 20-minute walk because you've decided actually it's quite nice out here.
yeah.
I fancy a bit longer. So that small time could actually lead to something more and you enjoying something more than what you think of instead of you thinking, yeah, you're silly because you're not going to look silly. No one gives a shit.
Mm, yeah, exactly. No one cares. No one knows what you're doing.
No. No one has ever asked me why I've run up and down the road a few times.
No,
Like if I've looped back round and gone, oh God, I haven't gone far enough, and then go back down again and back round again. No one has ever come out going, what are you doing?
no, no, exactly, exactly. And like sometimes when I was deep in my injury, I'd go to the gym and just do like, wouldn't even be that long, and I would just do these random looking exercises that my osteo has given me, and then I would leave, and I'm like, surely people are looking at me like, what the hell is this girl doing? Like just holding up a dumbbell like this and doing weird stuff, and then being in there for like 15, 20 minutes and leaving. But I was like, if I don't go to the gym, I won't do it at home. So I'm just going to go there and do my 15, 20 minutes and go. So yeah, really no one cares. Like I never look at, I might see someone in the gym, look at them and then maybe see them again an hour later or 20 minutes later and go, oh yeah, I've recognized them, or I don't even think about it. Like I don't actually care or take into, not in a horrible way, but consideration what anyone else is doing. Because do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We're all focused on our own, on
Mm.
what we are doing ourselves.
You almost walk around with like blinkers on, right? Like that's what I
Yeah.
feel like it's like. Like even when I was with clients, I feel like I'd walk around with blinkers on because my ex would be like, "Oh, did you see that guy in the gym today?" Because we both work in the same gym, and I'm like, "No." He's like, "He literally comes in every day," and I'm like, "Oh, does he?" Like, unless he's like done something incredible or he speaks to me actually face to face, then I probably haven't seen him. And the
Yeah.
amount of times he'd be like, "Yeah, that guy over there," and I'm like, "No, never seen him in my life." He's like, "He literally comes in at the same time every day," and I'm like, "I'm not looking, mate." Like, we're in just a bubble. Like, I would not go and stare at anyone. I just want to get my stuff done, in and out by see ya.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we've covered that. You don't need to be perfect to make progress. Like we said, you can just go and do 5 minutes. It's fine.
absolutely. And I feel like we're also like we can be inconsistent too, right? How many times do you train for like well, some days you're like train 5 times a week, and then other days you might only get two in or one in, or
Yeah,
like it might be really busy and you don't like. We still have times like that as well.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, or like the session might not have been as good as I've wanted it to be, or yeah, for sure. Like the days are just busier, something happens, life stuff happens, stress or something sad might happen, or and then you can't like you don't feel like you're up to going for like anything in life can happen, right? That just throws you off track. And it's
Hmm.
the same for us. Like we're only human. Like these, we have the ups and downs and all this life stuff happening. So, but I think the thing is not to let that continue on
Yeah,
forever. Like,
it's the bounce back.
exactly, because if you get into that stage of like, I haven't been for a week, oh, I'll go next week, I'll go next week, and then before you know it, 6 months down the line, and you haven't got back into your routine. Whereas if you start to feel that like glimmer of feeling a bit better, it's like, right, just like we said, go back and do something small. Just get back
Hmm.
into a routine of doing something. Go out again for a little walk or just do little things because yeah, the longer you wait to get back into routine, the harder it's gonna get or be.
Absolutely. Like I think like holidays are a big one as well. So I always try like when I come back from holiday, like if like say we came back on the Sunday, I would always try on the Monday to do like a small weight workout because
Mm,
I know I won't do it otherwise. And I'll be like,
yeah.
oh yeah, well, I've already had a week off. It doesn't matter. I'll just leave it a little bit longer. And actually, if I find I need to go straight back into it, it when I find I go straight back into it, like even if it's super light and doesn't really feel like I've done a lot, it's actually getting me into the mindset of okay, this is how it is again now,
Yeah.
rather than being like just like you say leaving it.
Yeah,
And that
definitely.
works for me.
Yeah. I think for me as well, like sometimes if I am in a place where there is a gym, I really like thrive off of routine and structure. I'm just that kind of person. I think because I've got
Mm.
anxiety as well, like that kind of control makes me feel better. So like when I went away last week, I mean, I was super jet lagged, so there was nothing really else to do and I was up early. So I was like, I was going to go to the gym. Like I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't like lift really heavy weights or anything. It was just nice light sessions, but I felt like I kind of kept a bit of a routine going. And then it was like straight back home, and I'm like, yep, straight back to the gym. I actually couldn't go. I think I did my last session on Monday, didn't actually go until Saturday. So that's a real example of, yeah, I didn't get my normal sessions in that week, but this week I'll probably end up getting in five in because I've got a bit more time and things like that. So yeah,
Yeah, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? And like you, I like having a routine as well. And I know we went to the gym when we went to Spain, but we were like there for a month. But I like if I can't go to a gym, then I will actually I don't really go to the gym when I'm abroad, unless, like you say, maybe if the hotel's got one
yeah, it
potentially. But
depends where
I'm more
you are,
likely
isn't
to
it?
go out. Yeah, I'm more likely to go out for a run because
Yeah,
I'm like, right, that's free. I'll get to go and see more of this country. Like, it's quicker. I can run around and then I'll be back. Like, that
yeah,
for me is what I like to go and do is go and run and see more places because I'm like, oh, killing two birds in one stone. I'm just going sightseeing,
yeah,
but
yeah,
quicker on just foot, you know?
definitely, definitely. So, do you have kind of any like morning routines or like any kind of like small habits that you think have helped you?
I think morning routines, my mornings are all over the place. So in terms of like one day I might be starting to train someone at 7 a.m., then the next day it might be like 9 a.m. and then it might be a different time. So like my wake up time is very rarely the same. I mean,
Mm.
I try, like, especially when the weather gets nicer, to like be like, right, I'm gonna get up a 6:15 no matter what.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, maybe a bit earlier if I've got a 7 a.m. client because that doesn't give me enough time. But I always give myself like an hour minimum in the morning to like actually come around, wake up, and be like, right, I'm ready to like start my day. And I always do a Spanish lesson first.
Mhm.
Like, I tried putting my phone away, doesn't work, like
Mm.
because I need to see if people are like cancelling or not, or
Yeah.
what other people are doing. So I always go in there and I just double check my phone, and then I'll just go on like Duolingo, do a quick lesson. Then from that, like when it's really nice, and because when it gets hotter and I've got a dog, I have to get up early in the morning to walk him because otherwise he won't get a walk, right? So it's getting to that point now. If the weather stays like it is now, I'm gonna have to get up a bit earlier so I can take him out first, and I
Mhm.
will do that because I have to. But I do love a morning walk like before my clients. Like I started doing it when we had COVID because like it was starting later because people were working from home, so they were more flexible in the day.
Mhm.
And I was like, do you know what? I love this. Just walking around when there's like barely anyone around, and it's
Mm.
just nice. It's still warmish, like it's getting warm, you know. Like I feel like that really helps me like set my day up.
Yeah.
And like sometimes, like this morning, it was like a 10-minute walk because I was like, quick count. I don't have enough time to like go any further, but we just did 10 minutes, and
Mm.
like, you know, that's enough for me to be like, cool, like I feel good and I'm like ready to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I feel weird if I don't do my Spanish lesson, then like I said, I'll try and get in my dog walk, just a small one to start with, and then yeah, breakfast before I train anyone. Like if I haven't eaten breakfast before I train anyone, no. No,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
the
here.
same.
I'm not awake. But my morning routine used to be so much bigger and longer, and I used to have all these little things that I do or try not to do, and it just didn't work. So I
Yeah,
just keep it simple. Like if I get out on a walk, I get out on a walk. If I don't, I don't. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I think I was the same. Like, there's so much noise around of like, don't look at your phone, do this much meditation, do this, do that, get an ice bath, go in the shower for, you know what I mean? Like all these things. And it's like,
Mm,
how has anyone got time to, I mean, and we and you don't have kids and things like that.
no.
So we're not even as busy as some people, right? But I don't even think, I mean, I could prioritize time, but who wants to prioritize time to do an hour or two of all that stuff in the morning? Like, no one wants to do that, or maybe the odd person. But,
Mm,
um, and I found like I was trying to put my phone on the other side of the room. And then, like you say, with our job, we have to check if like clients have cancelled and things like that. So it's just not realistic. So
more stressful.
it is more
It was
stressful. It
stressing me
is more
out more.
stressful. Yeah. So I found for me, like I'm the same. I wake up and then I go and check my messages. I'll go on Duolingo, just do 5 minutes on there. Um, and then I've got like a gratitude app. So I'll literally write out one thing I'm grateful for, read through the couple of quotes on there. Um, I try and do like a 5 minute meditation on YouTube. Sometimes in the mood, sometimes I'm not. I try to be consistent, but again, some days my brain's just too off for me to do it. Um, and yeah, that's it. And then I get up, I get myself ready. I've started listening to like affirmations whilst I get ready. So I like whilst doing my hair, put a bit of makeup on. On Spotify, they've just got like different um affirmations, like tracks that you can listen to. So I just play those in the background. I found that's actually quite helpful, just like giving you some positivity for the day. And I don't have to do it separately to anything. I'm like doing it whilst I'm doing something.
Hmm.
So I'll do that. Sometimes I go to the gym. Sometimes I have an early client. I always have breakfast generally before I do anything, like you. Generally won't do a morning walk. I'll try and get outside in the daylight because it's good for your circadian rhythm for like 10 minutes. So at the moment, I'm like having breakfast out in the garden.
Yeah, I
But
love
sometimes
that.
I'll just walk around the block for 10 minutes. Um, and then, yeah, and then I get started with my day. It sounds like a lot, but that actually doesn't take me that long.
No,
Like
yeah.
those things take me about 5 or 10 minutes, like when I'm just in bed on my phone. So yeah, it sounds like quite a few, but it really is really like super quick. Um, but what I have found is if I watch like TV or like YouTube or scroll on Instagram or TikTok or something like that in the morning, it makes me really anxious. It's just something that happens to me. So I don't like I think I woke up quite early yesterday, so I watched something on TV and I just felt really anxious for the day. And it happens every time. So I'm like, just can't do like I can do those other things on my phone, sets me up in a good way. But
Mm,
watching something or like putting YouTube on if I watch whilst eating breakfast, can't do it. Like I just have to be there and present. And then I can watch stuff later on in the day. That's fine. Like when I have lunch, I like to watch someone on YouTube just as a bit of downtime. Um, but yeah, it's just interesting, isn't it? Like
yeah, it
how some
is.
things can set you off and how they make you feel.
Absolutely. But then that's like I find like if I watch TV before bed, oh my God, I have the most psychotic dreams and I can't
Really?
sleep. And I feel like shit the next day when I've been watching too much like TV. I mean, I don't really do it very often, probably for that reason.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't get so many crazy dreams. Like I could be watching something real chill as well, and I'd just be like, "What is this?
Yeah.
Why am I now watching something crazy in my head?" Maybe I'm a psycho, I don't know. But if I watch like TV and stuff, it makes me really like tired and like drained like the next day. Whereas when I
Mm.
stop doing that, like I don't feel like that when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
Whereas for me, I quite like watching like an hour, sometimes two, depending on what I've got on. But at the moment, we're getting out for like a nice evening walk because it's light, which I love
Mm.
doing after dinner. And
Yes,
then watching
so
like an
good for
hour,
digestion.
yeah, or like an hour and a half of just something easy. Then it makes me sleepy. Then I fall asleep. Um, but yeah, that's the morning
Yeah,
routine. So nothing crazy.
love that. Yeah, I just think overcomplicating it just makes life so much more difficult, doesn't it? And then you stress because you
Definitely.
haven't done this and you haven't done that. Whereas I'm like, right, if I don't do it, I don't do it. But when you get into a routine, like I feel weird when I haven't done that one thing. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? I'm like, oh, I haven't done that this morning. That's odd. Like,
yeah.
not every morning do I do the Spanish lesson. Sometimes I'll do it in the evening if I've forgotten, which isn't very often. But sometimes I go in there like, oh, I haven't done it today. Oh God, okay.
Hmm.
But like, it doesn't happen every day.
Yeah.
Like, so, but I don't go like beating myself up about it. I just feel a bit odd when I'm like, oh, I haven't done that. Like, you know.
Yeah. And I think that leads on to like what you tell yourself during setbacks. I suppose that's kind of linked. Um, in the sense of like you say, if you miss doing your Spanish lesson in the morning, or if you miss a workout, or if maybe you last minute plans, you get invited to go out for dinner and you've planned this really healthy, balanced dinner, and then it's like someone said, "Oh, let's go out for a burger," and like how do you talk to yourself or get yourself back on track after these, common events that might happen that might kind of set you off from the track that you're on, if that makes
Mm,
sense.
yeah. I mean, I used to like if something wasn't in my day that suddenly appeared in my day, like you say, like someone would be like, "Oh, let's go and do that." I'd get annoyed by it. Like not actually to them, but
Mm,
inside I'm like, "No, that's not my routine." I can't possibly go and do that because I have this, and this. Like you say, if you I've already cooked dinners for how long, and if someone asks me out, I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to waste my food. Like,
yeah.
what, do you know what I mean? Like, I used to get really like funny about it, um, and I don't know what I used to be like. To be fair, if I ever didn't make like the gym or whatever, but I know sometimes I get feelings of like being guilty if I haven't
Yeah.
done something, I get that quite a lot. Like if I haven't been for a run, if I haven't been for a walk, if I haven't hit my steps, I feel guilty.
Mm,
Um, so I have to say to myself, stop being stupid because you're not gonna get fat in a day. You're not gonna lose your fitness in a day. Like I have to constantly remind myself, like if you've missed something, it's not the end of the world.
yeah.
And I can do it tomorrow, or I could do it the next day. Do you know what I mean? So I
Mm,
think it's just constantly telling yourself, like, um, yeah, like everything you've built is not gonna just crumble.
no, no. Just because you have one meal out or you miss one workout or something like that isn't gonna derail your whole progress. Like if you consistently end up that way and
Hmm.
don't continue to miss workouts and end up, off track and all that, of course that's going to affect your progress. But one day here or there or the odd, isn't going to impact you. Um, and I think one thing that I learned, especially through counseling, is just to be a bit kinder to yourself. Like I hear so many women that I work with that are just so horrible and unkind to themselves and beat themselves up. And I know I've definitely got better. It's one thing that I've really improved on in the last probably 6 months is just to be that little bit kinder to myself and actually say, for example, with work, it was like, I need to keep doing this, I need to keep doing that. And some days, if I'm just feeling really mentally off, it's like, you need to sit down for a few hours, or this day you need to give yourself that little bit extra time, or you need to have that. If you go and work out right now, your stress levels are going to be even higher, depending on what workout it is. Maybe don't go into the gym and do that. Maybe go out for a walk, or maybe I just need to sit on my bum for a few hours
Mm,
and but if I was to do that, like you say, it's that feeling of guilt and stuff. Whereas actually, it's like now I go, do you know what? I really needed that. And then the next day, I feel so much better. And I'm like, I'm really glad that I did that. That's what my body needed. That's what my mind needed in that moment. And that's okay. And like, it's just loving yourself and giving yourself that respect that it deserves rather than constantly beating yourself up and making yourself feel awful because it's hard work, man.
yeah, it is. It's just hard work, just in general, isn't it? But I mean, like even this weekend, right? So, Friday, I did 24,000 steps. Saturday, I did 25,000 steps, and Sunday, I did 29,000 steps, right?
That's a lot of
And
steps.
yeah, but like. I said to one of the girls, she was like, "Oh, football." I'd gone out for my run and stuff, and I was like, "Look, if you want to do a walk down Hillsey, like we can do that, or like whatever." And she was like, "Oh, do you know what? I've been painting all day. Do you just want to come round mine?" I got there, and she was like, "You've literally not stopped all day, and you wanted to go for a walk. Like, are you mad?" I was like, I just don't want to sit down. Like, I've got energy. I want to like use it." And then actually yesterday, um in the back of my mind the whole time I was like, right, I could take the dog out for a walk now. I've got time to take the dog out for a walk. I'd already taken him for a walk. Like, but I had like a few hours before football and I was like, no, you can sit on the sofa and there's this thing on Netflix that I've been watching. They're like half an hour things. And I sat there and I watched like three or four of them and was like, this is okay. You're fine. You're gonna go and play football at like 8 o'clock. Like, just stop.
Mm,
Like, and I really had to have a conversation with myself and be like, you don't need to go for a walk right now. Like, the dog is
mm,
fine. Like, he is okay. Like, he's been out. Like, don't feel bad that he's like not been walked because he has been walked. Like, and I
yeah,
constantly have that battle in my head of being like, right, you're okay to stop. Like, it's fine. Like, you
yeah,
don't have to be on the go all the time. Like, you're not gonna not progress
yeah,
again. Like I just said, like you're still gonna get the results. And actually, having the rest days gets you the results, right? Like
definitely. Yeah.
doing too much doesn't get you the results. But you know, we're learning. I'm learning.
And I
Don't
suppose
follow
in
me.
some
Listen to me.
ways, this might be a little bit unrelatable because I know obviously we do a lot of
Hmm.
exercise and things like that. So yeah, I suppose like we still have to be disciplined. You still have to build these habits. But what we're saying is like if you have an off day or have a meal out or things like that, like those odd days, try not to beat yourself up about it and
Mm.
just get back to it the next day. Listening to your body, but also don't like respect yourself in a way of like when you say to yourself, oh, maybe I'll just have my day off. Is that because you genuinely need a day off, or is it because
Hmm.
you're just can't be bothered, right? Because we all have those times. So it's
Yeah.
respecting yourself as in like, "Oh, I just can't be bothered, so I am gonna do it. I am gonna show up for myself today, rather than, oh my God, like I don't feel good today. Like I know I need to have a rest. So it's like you still got to balance it. You can't be constantly saying, it's fine, I'm gonna be kind to myself. I'm just not gonna,
Hmm.
because that's also not not what we're trying to say. I hope all that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, I said this to some of the girls in the nutrition group that I've got on, right? Like, I don't want them every day to be like, oh, I've done that today. I'm going to draw a line under it. Like, we'll go again tomorrow. Because if you're doing that every day, like, you're forever drawing a line under it and going tomorrow. That's basically being the same as like not doing it at all, right?
Yeah.
Instead, you need to know when to give yourself a kick up the ass.
Yes,
You need to be
definitely.
like, I am calling myself out on my own bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
I need to stop that and I need to start doing some stuff. But
Yes.
then there's also, like you say, having that balance of being like, right, okay, I've done like a few things this week. I'm going to take rest days because I am also allowed rest days.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just having that balance and being able to call yourself out. Oh,
Definitely.
oh,
Yes. You disappeared.
that's weird. Okay, I'm back. It's fine. I thought the whole thing had disappeared for a second, and I was like, no.
We're all good. We're all good. I know you guys can't see us, but yeah, anyway.
We're back.
Um, so I would say like a few tips. I think there are things that I suppose we've probably both figured out along the way of like tips that have worked for us to help us feel our best the majority of the time. And I just kind of wanted to run through a few things that I've found that have really helped me. And it's been like trial and error. Um, but yeah, so things like I said, in the morning, don't go on Instagram or TikTok. And again, that might not trigger you. So that is fine. But if you're finding you're feeling a little bit anxious in the morning or in the day, have a look at what you're doing in the morning because everything is linked. So that for me, I've found that, yeah, I really try not to do that because I know that sets me up badly. Um, and not looking at my phone before bed as well. Like I don't scroll on social media right up before bed. Like I need at least an hour or two to not look at my phone completely. Otherwise, it keeps me awake. My mind's just buzzing. So again, I think I remember speaking to you and Louise, and you were like, "Oh, it doesn't really bother me. I could just fall asleep." So again, it's not like that doesn't work for everyone, but for me, I find like my mind just goes ping if I'm looking at it, even like an hour before. It's like I need to be like 2 hours before.
Yeah, so if anyone's friends with Emma and you're in an emergency, don't bother. From like 8 o'clock onwards,
So
you're not going to
don't
see her.
bother. No.
You won't get in contact with her.
Nah, nah. My phone literally turns on to sleep mode, so I will literally not answer you. It's very rare.
Yeah, she's not being rude, guys.
No. If you want to reach me at 5:30 in the morning, you could more likely of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I will be
Yeah.
there. I will be awake. But the other end, nah. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every single day. That for me has been a massive game changer. Like sleep
Yeah.
at 10 a.m., usually 10 a.m., 10 p.m.
I was thinking that. I was like, wow, that's real late. What? Huh? Early?
10 p.m., TV goes off. That's it, going to sleep. And then I usually wake up anywhere from like 5 to 5:30. And trust me, I try and lay in, but it just doesn't work. I'm out of sorts a bit because I'm a little bit jet lagged at the moment. So I don't know what's going on there. Well, I do know what's going on. I'm a bit jet lagged. But usually, yeah, between 5 and 5:30. And actually, if I go to bed at 11 p.m., I'll still wake up at the same time. So then I'm just like crazy tired. So I'm just like, nope, I'm just gonna
Hmm.
stick to that routine. Um,
I agree with this one.
yeah,
If I'm not asleep by 10 o'clock or half 10 latest,
yeah,
oh, no,
no,
the next day is not okay. Like, even like on a weekend, no, like
yeah,
people always before, like, unless I'm out actually doing something, which
yeah,
doesn't happen very often, but I'm always like, I go to bed at like 10, half 10, and
yeah,
people are like, you're going to bed. It's like the weekend. And I'm like, yeah, and my
yeah.
body has no friggin' idea. It's the weekend.
I know.
And I want to be alive tomorrow and not a shitty person. So,
Exactly, exactly. Like you're technically giving yourself jet lag. Like if you go to bed at 10 p on a weekday and 1 a.m. on the weekend,
mm,
like you're jet lagged. You're gonna be more tired. Like
yeah, no, thank you.
no.
Absolutely not.
It worked well for us in a way, wasn't it? Because me and you were like, okay, it's 10 o'clock, bedtime
Literally, we
every
were in like
day.
a restaurant at like 9 o'clock on like a Friday, and we're like, right, we need to go home because it's
Yeah.
nearly bedtime. By the time we got there, we were like, yeah, see you later, good night.
Oh,
Absolutely. But I think it's really important. Like you might not be able to both like get up really early at like the same time every day and go to bed at the same time every day. But even if you
yeah,
make one of them the same to start with, I think it's a
yeah,
good place to start and you'll realize actually, well, you might not realize, but actually you could feel a lot better because your
yeah,
body gets used to that time. And like you say, you naturally get up like 5, half 5. I naturally wake up at half 6.
yeah,
Like if I was to not set an alarm, like obviously sometimes I have to if it's earlier,
yeah,
but that your body gets used to a certain time, doesn't it?
yeah, definitely, definitely. And I suppose the last one, anyone else, only other one I wanted to say was I used to drink a lot in my early 20s and it kind of fizzled
Yeah.
out. But I think I just don't like drinking, the effects it has on my body. And it's probably worse because I don't drink really at all now. But the impact it has on my sleep, I had a drink a couple of weeks ago. I went out. It was through the afternoon because, again, I can't stay awake past 10. So it
Mm.
was like from 1 o'clock. And the next day, my hands were so sore. This sounds really random, but I had pains all down my hands. I don't get that, right? And it was after I'd had a drink. So the only thing I can relate it to is the inflammation from the alcohol in my body was coming out maybe in weak parts of me. I don't know. But it's yeah, just the effects it has. I just hate the feeling of being hungover. I like to go off on a weekend and like do stuff. I don't want to lay in bed all day. And don't get me wrong, if you enjoy going out for a drink, things like that, I'm absolutely not stating that at all. It's just I hate it. I just really dislike it. Every now and then, yes, it can be a bit of fun. But in all honesty, most of the time I just don't drink because I just can't be asked with the like poor sleep, and then it makes my mental health feel worse. That takes me a few days to recover. Probably skip the gym. Probably eat more. Oh, I just can't be asked with the cycle of that anymore.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. To be fair, like yeah, like you, I don't drink a lot, compared to especially compared to when we're in our 20s and stuff.
Yeah,
But I get it, like maybe not the next day, but the day after, like my skin hurts to touch. Like I literally feel like someone's beating me
really.
up. Like
Yeah,
it's horrible. And I hate feeling like that. And like um before like when like mum and that might have said, oh, like, oh, you're not drinking tonight. No, because I'm like, no, because I hate feeling like I'm tender and horrible.
Mm,
Like, but they don't understand it because that doesn't happen to them. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
like, when people don't understand, it's difficult, isn't it? And it's a difficult
Yeah.
subject to broach because a lot of people are like, oh, go on, have another one, go have another one. I used
Yeah.
to do it to people, especially when we're out partying. Nah, come on, let's have shots, let's do this, let's do that. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
woo, you
definitely.
know? And like you say, on the odd occasion, like that if there's someone's wedding or there's a big party or something, then yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, like we'll join in. But if you don't really need it, like what's the point? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't just think I wouldn't sit down and have a drink in the evening because
No.
it just wouldn't cross my mind to do because I think I prefer having a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Some people do that, but like maybe like it's worth having a look to see if the alcohol makes a difference. Because
Mm,
I've had clients in the past that were like, oh, they never said that they drank a lot, and then every now and then they'd be like, oh, like do you know what? We stopped drinking every night, and I'm like, oh, are you drinking every night? And they were like, yeah, I didn't realize how like shit I actually felt from it, and it would
mm.
only be like one or two, like it wasn't crazy,
Yeah. Always an
but
impact
it
though,
makes a
doesn't it?
difference. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think that's quite a big one, and I think
Definitely.
yeah, as you learn what your body likes and doesn't like,
Hmm.
it makes life a lot easier.
Yeah. Being aware is just, yeah, it's the key thing for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that is
Mm.
like being aware of what you like, what you don't like, what you can do, what you can't do,
Yeah.
like why you like something and why you don't like something. They're
Yeah.
massive things. Like in my nutrition group at the moment, people have actually put in there, yeah, okay, I actually stress eat. I actually do this. And they're being really raw and open and saying
Mm.
all the shit that they're doing. And they're like, yeah, I need to call myself out on this, but this is why I do this. I never realized that before. So now when they're doing something, they're like, okay, this is a stressful situation. How do I get through this without covering it up with food?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing.
And it won't always work.
No.
And that's what we're saying, right? Everything we do doesn't always happen.
No.
Or
We're not
all the things that
perfect.
we teach you doesn't always happen. Yeah, I ate 5 cream eggs the other day because they were on the side. Like, I don't even really like cream eggs, but they were just there. So, yeah. But I did it, whatever. It happened. I didn't feel guilty about it. I was like, whatever, I've done it now. I can't get those cream eggs back. So I'm just gonna carry on doing
Just gonna
life,
carry on. Yeah.
Like it's just these things happen, and like you say, we're not perfect. We don't do all these things. So if you're ever worried, like that, you think that we're, I don't know, machines that don't eat sugar and just exercise all the time and all of this, we're absolutely not.
No, we're absolutely not. We're absolutely not.
And we're a nightmare when we go out together because all we do is hunt for cookies. So,
Yeah, yeah, we do. We do. The best cookies, and we'll have one every day. So,
Absolutely. There you go.
I suppose that's a good place to wrap it up before I think we could just keep on talking. So, like usual, but let's wrap it up there for today. I hope that's just like Aimee said, just help you realize that we're only human. We're aiming for balance. We're not aiming for perfection. And yeah, just remember, I don't
That
know
we
what I was
don't
going to say.
expect you to be perfect.
That's it. Exactly. Thank you for finishing my sentence. My
You're
brain's
welcome.
gone now. If you want to message us, you could email us at contactempoweryoufitness@gmail.com or reach us on our socials, or if you have our numbers, message us. We're always here to help. We have free groups if you want to join and get a little bit of free support. And yeah, let us know if you've got anything you want us to cover. And
Absolutely. And we've got a few guests coming up, haven't we? So we've had a few of our
yes, we
clients. So if
do.
anyone else wants to jump on, then absolutely give us a message. But
Definitely.
yeah, we've got a couple of other people coming on, like someone about reflexology, stress and sleep. So if you're interested in that, definitely hang around to hear
Yep.
that one. And yeah, a few other people, which is exciting.
So exciting. So exciting. The pod is growing. We're loving it.
It is. Woohoo!
Well, thanks so much for listening, guys, and we will catch you in the next one.
See you later.